All right, so we got news in 45 minutes or in 40 minutes. Um, so far, it's looking like so far Russell's really coming down deeper and creating that SMT that you would think would occur into the lows, like we did um, earlier. So I think we're probably going to take that out. I would want to see some SMT though, and yes, the Nasdaq to kind of line up with that. Um, and one thing I'm looking at to just kind of confirm if we get both of those things together is VIX to take out this swing high. Um, right now we do have bullish SMT with Russell sweeping out these relative equal lows yesterday, coming up and um, and then dumping. And we do have SMT. Oops. Oh man. We do have SMT with YM at least. So one thing I could look for is like a smaller time frame SMT on NASDAQ and ES. But yeah, that's a little iffy. I think I think we'd want to see something happen here, and if VIX is still gonna have room to head up higher, then these might just actually dump even further, and YM may even dump on the higher time frame even further to these lows. So the flow on Russell yesterday wasn't bearish. It was, you know, actually sort of bullish. So this dump here looks like it's setting it up for a long, possibly a soup just of this low. Since this is the old SMT low, then we technically still have SMT here from this low, or from the bottom being here in Russell. It could just bounce here too, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of tricky. I think we did take out that low resistance liquidity there, but it just seems like we'd at least come up to back up to this level where we created that fair value gap. Maybe I'm missing something on the daily. Oh yeah, there's a daily fair value gap there. So yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense to me is for VIX. But yeah, so it seems like now we've got relative equal lows here coming into the news on Russell. So look for that to sweep. I think we're just manufacturing that. Has happened so many times. It kind of lines up with all these other guys too. So maybe when they all sweep, Russell gets a bounce there. And then yeah, so far Dow Jones, we do have SMT already in the Dow Jones, but sometimes we see suddenly the Dow will just dump completely, breaking all of the lows while these guys actually hold. So maybe if the weakness transfers, rotates back into the Dow, and we get that sweep, but then Dow actually breaks this low, then yeah, I would look for this to hold and get long. Um, as for ES and NASDAQ, the only logical thing for me still is just to keep looking for shorts, but there was some bullish flows on NASDAQ and there was some bullish flows on SPY. They weren't like super bullish. They were just like, it looks like they're starting to accumulate. So yeah, so yeah, I'm just keeping that in mind. We do have SMT, relative strength, and then relative weakness here. So it could bounce here. It's just not my setup if it does. So I'm also going to be focused on watching my higher time frame XRP crypto trade. So I may, even if it's looking, if things are happening the way I think so, I might actually still miss it just because I may be distracted. So we'll see. Because this is really close to trying to decide if this is going to be my buy opportunity here, since um, Bitcoin's already kind of retraced where it would really need to. It just seems like it could easily come down and sweep out these lows, like down beneath these two lows, like this. Oops. So, so yeah, and then on like the Binance chart too, it even has lows that are different, but they're the same relative equal lows there. So I think it could easily sweep these out. Um, Ethereum looks like it could easily come and take out all of this, at least this. I mean, that's too clean there. It looks like it at least come back down and retest this below this area and retest this wick, or even come down and crack all of this out and create a super nice higher time frame long. Which in that case, I would look at the Ethereum trade again as a possible opportunity if we came down into here. So, but we'll see. I would definitely go long Ethereum for a trade. All right, but yeah, still looking for something to happen here. We have news, so and then we still have the open after that. So news may be like a manipulation lower, or maybe the manipulation higher to get a short. So I'll keep an eye out for maybe maybe a short opportunity can show up here. We got relative equal lows up here. We got relative equal lows on not really, but close enough. But yeah, maybe just like an SMT retrace above this intermediate term high for some of these guys. Yeah, maybe the Dow comes up into here, and then we look for a higher, really low time frame short using this order block. But yeah, that's it. News is in 30 minutes, and I looked at the regular index charts. Um, Dow Jones does look like it could just hold this level. It doesn't, versus the futures chart has relative equal lows here. So yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense that it could come for one more low, but still holds. And then Russell, um, it did sweep out these lows, though it wasn't very deep. That's what's making this pretty tricky. But because we have that SMT, I do think that this could be a sweep of this low here, and then like a CE of the wick. Maybe a fair value. Oh yeah, fair value gobble long. It's funny because it did it here. Fair value gobble, boom, perfectly nailed it, and then ripped. Creates a higher time frame version of that. So maybe it's going to sweep this, and then just hold this lower end order block. I didn't even see that. But yeah, super clean. As for SPY, yeah, we got kind of relative equal lows there too. So, but the thing is, Q's has relative strength, but just super clean lows here. So maybe Q's is going to really make a move down here while we get some relative strength in the Russell maybe. So this is going to be kind of a complicated day, I'm thinking. Um, so yeah, got to keep my focus. And yeah, that's that's about it for the analysis. I think a short is still on the table, so maybe take a stab onto that if it lines up with the news or something, if it sets up. But yeah, all right, adios. That is